Hey fight enthusiasts, this is your host Hespectful Keith. Welcome to the laid back vibes of the Hespect MMA Podcast. Join in as we casually chat about the latest in the world of mixed martial arts. From the most epic matchups all the way down to stories you haven't yet heard. Consider this the chill zone for all things MMA. Let's roll with the punches together and let the conversation begin. Hespect. Recording. Okay. Don't have that kind of pain. A little bit away, just a touch. Alright, cool. We are recording. We are back. What's up, motherfuckers? Kind of sucks that you kind of have to be more censored in this modern era. I can't even swear on Instagram, or you get warnings, and I think shadow bans do exist. Yeah, sorry, I've been fighting some chest infection, throat infection. It's been 2 weeks now. Just took a couple big rips, so maybe not the best thing to have, and not the best thing to do right before you start a podcast episode. So you might have to deal with that. I'll try to mute most of it when I edit it. All solo dolo, all in. God, nobody can't afford to pay nobody. Doing all this shit myself. Anyways, just get quick on what's up, everybody. As always, it's your boy, Hespectful Keith. Throb Lowe and my brother will be in momentarily. Okay, just heard one of them just now. Is that you, Throb?
Yeah, what's up, man?
What's up, man? It's been a minute.
Yeah, no.
How
I don't
you
even
doing?
remember when the last one was.
Actually, make sure to take note of it. It was, it's been 5-6 months. The last time was in January.
Okay, yeah, that sounds about right.
Anyways, here we are. Guess we'll throw in the intro there. Welcome to Hespect MMA Podcast, everybody. Welcome back. What's up?
I just googled UFC 303, and the Google results still say Chandler versus McGregor, or McGregor versus Chandler. And then when you open it up, there's clearly Pereira and Prohaska. Their giant faces.
Someone's failing over at Google, man. The premier search engine is supposed to be providing top-class information. Anyways, excuse me, I'm gonna be clearing my throat here and there. I kind of been battling a throat and a chest infection for the last 2 weeks. Just took a couple rips too. It doesn't help when you try to smoke through.
Yeah, exactly right. Probably not the best idea, but do it anyway.
Fuck it, man. Oh, yeah. I'll have to edit it out for the listeners. Unfortunately, you'll have to bear with it because they're gonna hear it. I don't know if I let you know, but my brother might also hop on in a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's all good.
But yes, back to the short intro. Welcome back to any faithfuls. If you're new around here, run the hell away, because nothing's going on over here. Just kidding. But yeah, this is the Hespect MMA Podcast. Welcome back to all of us. It's June 24, 2024. 6 days, or no, not 6, 5 days before my birthday. Happy birthday.
Oh yeah, getting close.
A good birthday card coming up.
Yeah. Goddamn.
So yeah, we are back from another hiatus. Our last episode was in January for UFC 297.
I guess that's not that long ago.
Yeah, not that long. We did miss 300. Probably some people pissed off about that. If we have faithfuls, probably what the hell, man? Oh, you guys are gonna fucking do this, man.
It's the one you're supposed to do.
Well, let's do this. We'll make a promise that we'll make 400. How about that, guys?
Yeah. 400, what, 10 years from now?
Who knows? Let's see. But yeah, we'll fucking make it. We can do it, man. We're already like 303 now, so
297 was Strickland and DDP.
yeah, man, that was a very good one. We did cover the post, the aftermath of that. So yeah, man.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot that Raquel Pennington was the champion right now.
Holy shit! Who did she beat again?
It says Maria Bueno Silva.
Oh right, they had that fight, dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Is she defend?
No, I think that was just the win.
Okay.
I don't know if she's fought since then. Let me check.
No, that's what I meant. Like, is she scheduled to defend? Or
Oh no, I haven't heard. That's why I was saying it completely slipped my mind, right? I haven't heard anything from it yet.
well, oddly enough, she hasn't made a lot of noise since becoming champion. But before that, she was like going after everybody, all the women. I don't know. Maybe she's just happy having the belt.
Yeah, probably. I don't see anything scheduled.
Yeah, just enjoying
Maybe
herself.
the constant, every now and then the rumor of Amanda coming back. Maybe that's what she wants.
Ooh, waiting on it, eh? That'd be nice.
I don't know.
But I don't know. I don't know either. Amanda, like, she's
nice streak right now, though. Looks like 6 fights.
that
Pennington.
Pennington. Okay, let's check out Pennington.
Caitlin
Been
Vieira,
up to
Aspen
girl?
Macy Chiason, Marion Renault.
Macy Chiason, man. I feel like one day she'll hold gold. I don't know if she'll defend it, but one day she might hold gold. Nice. Right, man. God damn, well there you go. Raquel Pennington. Dude, I got her mixed up with... Who's that other girl? A freaking Venezuelan vixen? What's her name again?
I know who you're talking about, but I don't know.
He's showing her casual right now.
Yeah, basically.
It's all good, man. It's been a minute. Search the nickname. Juliana Pena. Why was I getting those two mixed up, man? Just high as shit. Sorry, people. I took like 4 rips before we started this shit. Just being high, being casual right now.
That's another one that, kind of got the gold and then just kind of hasn't done anything.
Pennington?
Pena?
Pena.
Because isn't her last fight still the loss to Amanda?
I think so. Like, I think she was trying to get the rematch for the longest time. Or she'd been, like, arcing at...
She's caught in a Wild Chandler situation.
She's like, I want my trilogy. And Nunes is like, what the hell are you talking about, bro? Like, you got 10-8 for 5 rounds.
Yeah. Imagine that, a 40-50.
That'd be nuts. I'd feel so bad for...
By the time the third one's over, just throw in the towel, man.
You're looking at the scorecard, it's like, why didn't they just stop this, like, in the third round or something?
Just halfway through the fight, yeah, this is only a 3-rounder. Let's cut this short. Yeah, it looks like next month it'll be 2 years that Pena hasn't fought.
Goddamn. It might be the same thing that you said about Raquel, where it's like the talks of Amanda coming back. Maybe something's going on in the background there.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it's like Nunes is just fucking around with everybody. I'm just making them think I'm coming back. Well, I'm not coming back. I'm just wasting their time.
Yeah. It's still my division.
That shit would be funny. Alright, man. Well, let's get into a little bit of the upcoming card that we're going to look at. Actually, no. Let's keep looking at the other shit that we missed here. That was what was on the agenda. After 297, look at the headliners here. With all due respect to, we can make some notes while we move up there. Anyways, after 297, what was that? Dolitz versus Imavov. Imavov, he's been clawing his way up there, man. He's like, sometimes when I watch him perform, it's like, I'm not sure if he'd get to the belt, and if he could, can he defend? But after that fight with Cannoneer, it's like, okay, this guy's coming around. This guy's coming around now.
Yeah, Cannoneer's, kind of a little older now, but I mean, he's still not like a pushover or anything, right?
How'd you feel about the stoppage though? Like, was it too early? Seemed like he had his bearings, right?
Yeah, I don't know. It didn't seem like he was, folding up or anything. I thought it was a little early. Maybe like a more definitive shot to put him down or something.
Yeah, I really want to know, like,
still trying to defend or evade.
I want to know what the discussion is in terms of like when a fighter turns their back and runs, like, because I know in boxing they don't really like that. If you do that shit a lot, it's gonna get stopped. But I don't know if that mentality carries over for the UFC or MMA. So I wonder.
Yeah, I don't know. I still thought it was a little early. I mean, he didn't look like he was out.
Yeah, it's always bad when you see right away the fighter go like, "What?" And it's like, "Oh shit! Like he was good. Oh, like the ref must be like shit right now."
Yeah.
Like, no, I was good. Like you ever see that one boxing clip where the guy's like just dodging all these shots, and the opponent's just missing, like throwing all this volume, missing, and then the ref stops it.
Yeah, I think I know exactly the clip you're talking about. I've seen one very clear like that. It was right up against the ring, right? Or like the rope. Yeah, goddamn.
And he was just
That's
bobbing
gotta
and
suck.
weaving.
The best you can hope for at that point is ask the commission to call it a no contest.
Yeah.
Like appeal it.
Yeah, I forgot the names of which boxers it were, but just describing it, I'm sure anyone who listens to me will be like, "Oh fuck, I remember that one." Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel right now.
After that was Hermanson versus Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, he had a lot of hype behind him coming off Dana White's Contender series. So he was like sleeping everyone 5 straight up until he fought Jack Hermanson. I honestly thought he was gonna sleep Hermanson too, because Hermanson, he's not so consistent.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, they're like, look at his resume right there. Lose. I'll do his spec. Oh yeah, Joe Pfeiffer had like a ton of hype behind him. He had that whole thing with like, "Oh, I beat Francis Ngannou's punch record on the punch machine." You follow that one?
Who said that?
So apparently, Joe Pfeiffer, he had witnesses. He was at the UFC, was that Performance Institute or whatever, the PI.
Yeah.
And apparently he had broken Francis Ngannou's punch record.
Oh man.
Yeah, but there is no UFC officials there to like record it or anything. So it's like, it's hearsay, but there's other people that were there that said, yeah, he did it. He's like, fuck man, I wanna get it recorded.
I mean, that doesn't seem like something that's too hard to do. Like, why couldn't you just be like, oh man, I broke it. Let's, get the camera rolling and I'll break it again.
Right?
Yeah.
Does seem a little suspicious.
Maybe come back later, tomorrow, whatever. You did it once. Even if you get close on camera, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, who knows, man. Why couldn't he just record it? This is the era of phones.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyways, yeah, he was sleeping everyone on his way up to Jack Hermanson there, and then Jack, man, he's just a funky guy. Joker. He's a funky dude. Has odd striking. Great grappler. But yeah, he just, I don't know if Joe was having a off night or Jack was, I don't know, maybe it was a mix of Jack being funky and Joe being off. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, Hermanson, he's got a lot of good pieces. He just doesn't, I don't know how well he's putting them together to, take a crack at that top 5.
Entertaining guy, though. Entertaining. You remember the Dan Ige knockout on Andre Fili that same night in co-main?
Which one was that?
It was freaking hellacious, man. And you got to feel for Andre Fili because he's always talking about trying to make a title run. And that Dan Ige fight was just like, oh, fuck, got stopped again.
Let's see. Trying to find a.
I heard someone else come in. Is that Yukuya? Oh, no, he must have exited. Oh no, he sent a
looks like he.
message.
Yeah, I can see that here. Do your thing. I'm looking for the Ige Fili knockout.
Oh right, he needs a link. Totally forgot. Forgot that's how he gets it.
That's one hell of a tattoo there, a back tattoo on Fili.
Yeah, dude, he was getting some mad ink. And it's like his fight before Ige, I think he finished his opponent. Like it was like you could feel it, right? Like okay, he's coming into his own, man. He's coming into his prime. Title run time. Ige was just like,
yeah, I just saw it. Massive overhand.
yeah, man, just caught him out of position pretty badly too.
One extra one while he's standing over him to make sure.
Yeah. Fuck's sake. Yeah, I got a feel for him. He's always talking about trying to make that title run. I'm just trying to get this link. I'm broke here. Alright. Go. Oh, I just saw Gregory Rodriguez. Yeah, he was on that card too with Brad Tavares. What do you think about Gregory? The Brazilian guy that looks like Obama. Like, and his nickname's the Terminator. Because he don't like a Terminator. What do you think about this guy? Sometimes I feel like, man, this guy could eventually probably make a title run as well. He's 32 now. Middleweight, it is a deep division. But he goes in there to finish or get finished, honestly. And he's been doing more finishing than getting finished.
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
No, it doesn't sound familiar.
Oh shit. Guy that looks like Obama.
I think it kind of comes to mind. What's his name? Gregory? Here, let me see.
Gregory Rodriguez. Yeah, I'll throw it up in the chat. Is that Yukuya?
Yo, I'm just attribute it to your first one in a while. So off for them. I was patiently waiting.
All right, you guys. Sorry.
Okay, I see him. Yeah. Oh man, he does.
Yeah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Wait, check out this guy's name in the chat. Gregory Rodriguez. His nickname's the Terminator, and he looks like Barack Obama. Barack Obama was a Terminator. Yeah, I don't know. I think he can eventually make a title run. He was a former LFA middleweight champ back in 2021. So he knows what it is to get to wear gold around his waist. You know, I'm sure he wants to feel that again.
Are we sure that's not Barack?
Exactly. Yeah, everybody says it, man. They'll be like, "Congrats, Barack, man! Like, good fight. You had a good fight, man."
Robbie, how's it going, man?
Oh, that's pretty good, man.
It's
The usual.
Which one?
I said the usual.
Oh, okay. Nice. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a while. I think we were. When's the last time you were on it? Was that the same time as us?
I have no idea. Do you have the date there, brother?
I don't know if he was on the January pod. Might have been one before that.
That's how long ago the last one we did, I think, though.
But it's good. Thank you for having me on, man. Appreciate it.
No problem, man. No problem. Yeah, we're just going through some of the old cards that we passed through before we did this pod. We just talked about what's that? Hermanson versus Pfeiffer. And then there's also UFC 298, Volkanovski versus Topuria. Oh my god, that one was that one, I think. Yeah, very heartbreaking.
Whittaker cost us that one. That was good.
Oh yeah, man. What were you thinking when Costa hit him with that wheel kick, man? That was.
I don't know. Yeah, I was like, oh man, it's not looking good for a second.
Yeah, man.
I was worried, man. I was like, come on, man, he's got to get back to the title.
Yeah. He's got the heart, man. His last fight too, the one that well, we can talk about it right now. Fuck it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Fight
I mean,
with,
he's basically the Dustin Poirier of middleweight, right? Everyone loves that guy.
yeah, exactly. And his resume is like a crazy list. Crazy list.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Robert Whittaker, Kuya?
I have not. I'll try to contribute as much as I can, but I like listening to you guys do your thing.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I only ask because I'll type his name in the chat here. You could check out his YouTube highlights. He is a fighter's fighter. He's your favorite fighter's favorite fighter.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And I think wait, is he a 2-time champ yet or no? Just that once.
I think it was just that once.
Just that once, eh?
Because he had that, 2-fight thing with Yoel.
Oh right.
And then after that, I think he fought Izzy right away.
Yeah. Poor guy, man. And then a wild Izzy appeared. Just took his belt,
Yeah.
took his throne.
Yeah, defended it 5 times.
Yeah.
Right in front of him.
He looks like someone, but it's bothering me that I can't figure it out.
Good looking dude,
Robert
eh?
Whittaker.
Robert Whittaker. Some other people call him Bobby Knuckles.
Trying to figure out who he looks like. But yeah, he looks beast. He's okay. So yeah, like your favorite fighter's favorite fighter. Yeah, those guys are. I like to look. Yeah, you know that I have no idea who they are. Yo, can you hear me?
Sorry, I kind of cut out there.
Am I cutting out?
Yeah, it cut
Yeah.
out for me too a little bit.
It cut out at the beginning of your sentence. You said you look.
How about now? Can you guys hear me now?
Okay, here.
Yeah, I can hear.
Is it better or worse?
Seems better.
Yeah.
I was just
It
saying.
really
Yeah,
only cut out that one time.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say. Yeah, those guys are. I feel like those guys are more. If not already, they should be taken more seriously, because if it's your favorite fighter's favorite fighter, just like if it's your basketball player's if it's your favorite ball player's favorite ball player, like I remember, like legends would sit around and talk about guys who they get busted up by like the guys who'd own them, but the general public wouldn't know them. I'm like, who is that? And then they're like, oh yeah, that guy. Those guys. That's the thing too. It's like, it's weird because like when the media talks about athletes and professional athletes, they'll say like, oh, this guy's better and this guy's better, and then they'll say like when players talk about their favorite player or like who's better, like Kobe or LeBron, they'll be like, no, I don't really believe you. I think LeBron's better. I'm like, yo, these guys played against Kobe and LeBron, and they're saying that he was harder. Anyway, it's one of those things. Like media don't like to take too much seriousness from the actual players. So I can imagine if it translates with MMA as well. It's like maybe there's a general public vibe on like who the best fighters are, but then when it comes to the fighters saying who their favorite fighters, those are the guys who are like, okay, this guy's the real deal.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
You know who suffers from that? Probably an opposite, like almost like it's your favorite fighter's favorite fighter, but it's not your favorite fighter. You know who suffers from that?
Who?
Freaking Nate and Nick Diaz, the Diaz brothers. Because those guys, their fighting style, right? A lot of people trash on them because it's not like, it's not the most skillful or technical. But like,
Straight up
every
just
fighter,
and then they beat back end.
yeah, they got like crazy conditioning. So no matter like what you do to them, they're gonna take it, and then they're just gonna be in your face the whole time. And like you'll see like certain opponents, like a lot of people who are used to fighting forward, they can't fight forward against the Diaz brothers because they have that respect also, but also the conditioning. Like they're just they don't take they don't step back too often. You're gonna step back way more often than they will.
Yeah.
Oh, they're on the offensive for most of the time because they have the cardio.
Yeah, and they're like, for whatever reason, guys with crazy cardios, they just have amazing chins as well. So these guys, their chins are like, titanium.
Yeah, I could see that. Like, I don't know how much you guys remember about Tim Duncan, but he's always considered one of the best players of all time. But his game was so boring; it wasn't flashy at all. But you'd look at the final stat line, and he 30 points, 20 rebounds, and 5 blocks, and you're like, how did he get that? Like, you wouldn't even feel his presence on the court, unlike Kobe, or Steph Curry drops crazy 3-pointers, and that's more flashy, right? But I don't know. You guys know me. Let's talk about Smash Brothers, right? Some of our games are not that flashy, but I'm all for getting the W. But I am jealous of you guys have the perfect balance of getting the W and being flashy. Sometimes Damon doesn't care about getting SDs, so that's why his aesthetic is probably the best in Smash.
Yeah. He's had some crazy moments, man. I'll never forget I think he hit me with had to be 4 or 5 knees with Captain Falcon.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the big
point.
knees. Oh no, it was, and I had low damage. And then so you would hit me.
Just
I'd be
ran
stunned,
across the stage.
fly. Yeah, and then you ran me off the stage.
Well, just to make that, he'll spike you just to make sure you don't get back, even though he's not going back to either.
Yes. Oh shit, man. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't feel bad. I mean,
I guess
everyone has
Mayweather,
their
right? Just not flashy, so people don't really regard him as the best.
Yeah, right now, there's a fighter named Sean Strickland who's gets a lot of flack from the MMA community. It's unfortunately, Sean Strickland, he's a savage, right? He always talks about going to war with his opponents, but because his reputation precedes him and his fighting style is he gets in your face, but he wants you to go first. So he's a counter fighter that just keeps walking towards you until you pop off your first shot, or he'll prod you so that you can start going off, and then he'll start countering you. So a lot of general fans, they don't understand what he does, and they just see this guy with his MMA adapted Philly shell defense, throwing jabs and teep kicks, trying to get his opponent to open up. And his opponent, Sean being your fighter's favorite fighter, his opponent knows how dangerous Sean is and what he does. So you'll see most of his opponents, even though they're forward fighters, they're stepping back, kind of like with the Diaz brothers. They have that respect for Sean. So it just turns into Sean walking towards them in the Philly shield defense, jabbing, teeping, and then the opponent moving away, and it rubs a lot of people the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean that Dillashaw was actually really good at that, right? But he had that weird wide stance, and the footwork worked in too. He was just always in your face. You had to do something about it.
Yeah, he was fast enough to get in your face and hit it.
Yeah. Those bantamweights.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, I was just saying those bantamweights, man, they move fast.
Yeah. Can I ask you guys this? They've obviously been. Do you guys consider yourselves experts? Because I consider you guys experts, but I'm a casual, so I don't know.
No, I mean I'm
MMA?
I'm no John Anik.
If there's a tier of how much knowledge you guys know versus the casual fan, what tier would you guys be? I guess so. Whatever the guy name you just mentioned, where do you guys fall under that?
Wait, sorry, who did I mention?
Oh, no, I mentioned John Anik.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we definitely can't touch John Anik, but I'd say it's just the pure experience. We've been watching for so long, there's things we know that no newer fans gonna know because they weren't there living it, and that's okay. We can educate them. They're enthusiastic. That's okay. Pat them on the head. Tell them welcome to the community.
So
okay, we're gonna take care of you.
Yeah. The reason why I ask is because WWE, I know it's professional wrestling, but a lot of fans are so knowledgeable about how the match is going to go between two stars. So just for example, okay, so if it's WrestleMania and Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock are going to think at some point The Rock is going to do the stunner on Stone Cold and Stone Cold's going to do the Rock, right? And then they're both going to kick out, and then there's always a prediction of like how many finishers is it going to take to win, right? Then like styles clash and all that stuff. Have you guys gotten a vibe on like how the fight is going to end up because you guys know the fighters so well, or it's just so predictable because both camps have to come with a plan A to Z?
Oh man, MMA math doesn't make sense. It should, and it sounds good when you say it out loud, but it doesn't make sense.
Okay. I guess to adding to what you just said, Damon, I don't think anybody saw Conor McGregor feeding that, whatever his return fight, feeding that guy like his shoulder. Like I don't think anybody. Yeah. So no, that makes sense. Or like even Mayweather and Floyd, nobody predicted him just coming forward the whole fight, basically, right? Usually Floyd is the guy who's the counter and the defensive guy. Okay, yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah, I don't know. Things like that, you never know. But like generally speaking, if it's like a heavily grapple-heavy opponent versus someone who's entirely stand-up, either someone's going to get knocked out by the stand-up guy, or he's probably going to get cuddled for 15 minutes.
I think of Brock Lesnar. Guess he would fall under the not flashy category.
Yeah, like that's how you kind of expect it to go, just generally. But you never know when someone's just going to throw a flying knee or something.
Can I ask if you guys ever predicted how a fight went? Like even if it's like 1 out of 20?
I remember we were hanging out when Carlos Condit fought Damian Maia at 170, and yeah, I literally called it like 2.5 minutes in. He's gonna get a rear naked choke because Condit's gonna come in with the same, the 1-2 kick he likes to do. Then Maia's gonna have the read and he's gonna take his back and he's gonna submit him like 2.5 minutes in, and that's exactly what he did.
That is awesome.
That's just like one of those kind of predictable things.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome.
There are those general things, that you can kind of predict in advance, especially if you know a fighter's like habits. So another one, funny prediction that we had together was like, I forgot which card we were watching, but one of the fights on the card was unfortunate. All due respect, was unfortunately the same guy, Damian Maia, who's a BJJ artist, and then he was fighting some guy named Gunnar Nelson, who's a BJJ artist from Ireland. And I remember when the fight was coming up, I was just like, yeah, they're probably gonna grapple, so let's watch what else we were watching? We were watching another card too. I think it was a boxing card or something. Yeah,
probably.
We shifted over and we're watching the boxing card, and every time the boxing card had a commercial, we're like, okay, let's quickly check over here. And guess where Damian Maia and Gunnar Nelson went? They're all on the floor, on each other's backs, just grappling, not really punching. So go back to boxing.
Nice. Like, how do you think this fight's gonna go? I think it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
And then it sucks.
They're just gonna roll around with each other and try to submit each other and not submit each other, and it's gonna be 3 rounds of that. or
the opposite, heavyweight, Derek Lewis and Francis Ngannou, 2 of the biggest knockout artists at the time. Yeah. Both like red hot with their like winning streaks and popularity and everything. And it's supposed to be like an instant death match, but it ends up being 15 minutes of like maybe a few real punches thrown around. Because they're both like so hesitant.
Yeah. Oh man. That's gotta be so brutal.
Yeah, especially like it's pretty high up there on the list of fights that didn't live up.
Yeah, dude, I remember like it's like you 2 big ass guys like that, right? They're both knockout artists, and you're freaking watching it, and it's like your butthole's all clenched up, and like as the fight goes on, you're like relaxing, and then you're just like, what the hell is this shit? What the hell are we watching here?
They were fighting not to lose, not going for the win.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't mean to monopolize your guys' episode. Sorry. That was my final question.
That's okay, man. Oh, dude,
no, it's all good.
Shit, man. Shooting the
shit to talk about.
It's all good. Like, is this a going thing, or you guys got like a list of things to talk about?
No, I mean I write a general like linear thing just in case, but like I don't care for talking about other shit. It's all good.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Well, I think of like battle rep. Like, there's a lot of times where like two stars are like headed for collision, right? And they do all this promo and stuff like that. But then sometimes the promos when they diss each other, the press conference, those are better than the actual match. How often does that happen? I guess this heavyweight one that you guys just talked about, that's probably one of them. Is there a more commonplace, or it's you actually get some pretty decent fights leading up after the all the promos?
Yeah, right now. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that Lewis and Ngannou, they weren't really talking smack though. It's just like their reputations they had.
Okay, silent killers.
Yeah, well, I mean, Derek Lewis is not silent. He's just hilarious in a way that isn't like directing it at his opponent. He's just kind of cracking jokes all the time.
Oh, nice. Okay, fair enough. My bad.
Yeah, characters are still pretty rare in MMA. I don't know if there'll ever be a large increase of them. I don't mind it that, a character pops up here and there in terms of mic skills. But yeah, you don't really... For the most part, the fights are what delivers. Press conferences are very hit and miss. They always have been. But there are those characters like Rampage Jackson. You got fucking Derek Lewis. He's generally funny during press conferences. Doesn't really talk shit or anything. He's always just fucking joking. Oh, where's Ronda Rousey fun ass at?
Is that the sweaty balls guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he recently mooned the commentary table after his win. He like literally pulled down his pants or his brief. Everybody got a nice recording of it.
Okay, so then let me ask this then. Okay, as purists, do you guys consider yourself purists? Or
Purist in what?
There's that fine, casual, and purist. I like basketball, but I'm not a purist. Like, there's so many other players.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I just like combat sports in general. Like, I follow MMA the most, but I like seeing people get messed up in karate combat. I like King of the Streets. I like
karate combat is cool. That weird like angled ring they use.
I remember when they first came out with it, and they had the green screen background. Who was promoting it? Boss Rutan. He's promoting it. It was on his story. I was like, what the hell is this shit? Where are they? I didn't know it was a green screen at first. I was tripping out. I was like, where is this? It looks like they're in space or something. That was pretty cool. It's unique. I don't know if it's good. I don't know if it's bad. It's different.
Yeah.
And George St. Pierre endorses it, and so I support George St. Pierre and karate.
So the reason why I asked that is because if you guys are purists, my follow-up question would have been like, so I guess you guys are okay with just the fights. You don't really. It's a bonus if they can cut a promo, like if they can actually, hype up like a Conor or a Ronda Rousey and all that stuff. But you guys are okay with, as long as the final product is good, then everything else is a bonus.
Yeah. Like, I don't usually watch the pre-fight, post-fight things. Like, if they do the countdowns and things like that for like the major promo stuff for the pay-per-views, I'll watch that because it's usually like an hour or so. Yeah. But yeah, I usually don't watch any of that. I'll just watch the fight. Most of what happens you see on social media, right? That's where most of them kind of voice their opinions.
Yeah, and that's the thing with like promos with like the guys who are not really good with English. Like, is Khabib good at English?
He's good enough. He's good enough. He said so many funny things with his Russian accent.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say oh, sorry. Go, Damon. You were gonna say something?
Oh no, I was just gonna mention the time where he was doing an interview in Russian, and then DC started bugging him during the interview, made him laugh, and then he switched to English without realizing it. And then the guy he was doing the interview with was like, "Weren't you talking Russian a second ago?"
The reason why I ask is because then, like, I mean, it's like, do you guys know who Shohei? I don't even know. Shohei Ohtani. He's like that Asian baseball player.
Oh yeah.
He has a translator. So like, press like the media will talk to the translator, and the translator will and then back and forth and all that stuff. I think UFC has to. This is just me from the outside looking at. I think they just have to realize like some of these guys they don't do this shit because it's kind of corny if you're a badass. Does that make sense? It's like I don't talk like my talk is the ring, so I don't really care about cutting a promo because if I'm here all for a reason because you think I'm a badass, right? So I don't need to like hype up the fight already. That's probably why a lot of them like think, but I'm assuming it's in their contract that they have to like do the press conference, they have to answer the questions, they have to say, oh yeah, so what's your game plan going into, right? Like those standard questions that they have to answer like how many times. And I just think if they just cut a lot of that fat and like, okay, I wouldn't mind if somebody was like, even if they want to talk shit in their language and they have the translator, but like I think Conor could promote a fight by himself. He doesn't need the opponent. If anything, he could like carry it, and then like I think it creates more of a buzz, if that makes sense. I think riding the fence for me as a casual fan, like I think you just have to choose one or the other. Just get guys who can fight that can also cut a promo, or just like cut the whole media. You can do like video reels, those packages, like, oh yeah, it's been how many days since he lost, and like this guy doesn't, like the narrator stuff. I think there's alternative ways to promote the fight without actually getting the fighters having to talk, because there's such a language barrier, and because it's such a savage sport, I feel like there's a disconnect when somebody's trying to talk smack to their opponent, and there's that language barrier. I don't know. That was a long drawn up thing, but what do you guys think?
Yeah, for me, actually, I don't mind it, but you can definitely see what you're talking about. Like, it's very mixed when it comes to press conferences. Like, you don't know who's gonna be too quiet. You don't know who's gonna say some funny shit. And if you do, it's probably because they've already made a name for themselves. But for the most part, it's hit and miss.
Yeah.
Because it's all mixed up. But me personally, actually, I find it hilarious. I don't mind it being like that. Because like I said, like, I actually appreciate it more because it seems like characters are still kind of rare. And so when you get like characters like Derek Lewis or Conor McGregor, kind of like refreshes. It's refreshing to see someone like, especially when they're good at it, like Conor's comeback to Jeremy Stevens is like one of the greatest press conference moments of all time in the UFC, where Jeremy Stevens, everybody knows Jeremy Stevens, he was a killer at 145.
Yeah.
Conor's like going off at the press conference, and then he's like saying no one can take me, and Jeremy Stevens like, what about me, man? What about the hardest hitting 145er? And Conor just like turns around and he's like, who the fuck is that guy? Like everybody just lost it, man. Everybody lost it. And all Jeremy.
Okay, wait. Did Conor win that fight? Okay.
He never fought them. Like Jeremy was just fishing. He was just fishing, probably trying to get the red panty night.
Yeah. It's also not everyone on the night, right? It's usually just the main card fighters that do like the big press conferences like that.
And not the undercard guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
and like that's the thing, like you gotta, like the way the UFC is built, you literally have to sell the fight as much as, or you sell yourself to the audience, right? You have to create a brand, right? Create a name, an image of some kind.
Yeah.
If you're the type of fighter who doesn't talk, doesn't do media or press events, doesn't have like a Twitter or a social following, you're gonna fight 12 times before you get to the title. Yeah. Whereas the guy who's super popular and marketable and making the UFC money, he's gonna fight 6, 7, 8 times and then get to the title.
That's the formula right now, unfortunately. Like if you're the type that doesn't like to talk, well, you're gonna fight more. You're gonna have a bit of a harder road to the title if you want to get there. And then the guys that sell, that put butts in seats, that talk a lot, that make a lot of noise, they're gonna get preferential treatment. The Dana White privilege.
Yeah.
Are you guys are indifferent then, like on both sides? And okay, if you can cut the promo, then yeah, like that's cool. If you don't want to and you don't mind doing the 12 fights, okay, do the 12 fights, kick ass for 12 fights, and I'm cool with that too. Like you guys aren't on either.
I mean, I don't mind when people trash talk and characters are fun. Like look at Sean Strickland, right? Who in their mind would have thought 5-6 years ago that the world would be like this close to understanding how his mind works because of how much he's talking like outwardly and how much it's being broadcast, because he just happened to beat the hell out of this like long-time dominant champion.
Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah, and he's like the most ridiculous person. Like he'll openly say that we never should have let women out of the kitchen. Yeah, I'm not even joking. That's the kind of stuff he says out loud all the time.
Oh, that's
he's calling people with like mental health struggles pussies.
Jeez.
And this is like at a pay-per-view press conference, and
So
no
then
one else can pull that off.
Yeah, that's essentially the Floyd Mayweather, right? Just play the heel, right? Because then you draw people in to see you lose. They want to see you lose for talking all that shit.
Because he's American.
Yeah, but that's
he's
the
very
weird thing.
popular in America, so.
Yeah, and he's not and it's not even like he's intentionally trying to, insult people for who they are or anything. He's literally just, like he grew up in like a broken home or something like that, and he had like severely abusive father and grandfather, and they were like white nationalists and like borderline KKK.
Yikes.
And then eventually, he got out, he started training and realized he's not crazy like them. But he's still got a lot of habits.
He's a mental issue that is walking and succeeding so far. He's out in the open, he's talking about his issues, and he's succeeding so far, so good.
He's using his fame as paid therapy, where he gets paid to, sort of sit out.
That's hilarious.
He does have a very strong, or seemingly strong, relationship with his current girlfriend, so let's continue. Let's hope Sean continues on a good path and doesn't actually murder anyone in cold blood or something.
Yeah, who knows, man?
Yeah, so that's the thing too. Like, as long as it's like, yeah. Sorry, I keep repeating, but yeah, his humor's not malicious.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's probably a hint of maliciousness, but he's got it under control.
Yeah, it's more like. Yeah, it's not like he's trying to insult you. It's like he's trying to, walk on the line, right? He's just trying to dip a toe in a little bit.
Walking on that line.
Yeah.
Like, just like instigating, right?
It's like his fighting style. He's just fucking walking up, killed up. Like,
yeah.
Do you guys watch like? Do you guys know Charles Barkley humor?
No.
So he's said so many things that now like it could be looked at as misogynist, but it's like it's all in fun. He toes the line as well. So what reminded me of what you guys just said about Strickland. He's like, hey, I'll ask you guys. Hey, how come you never buy your woman a watch?
Why?
Because there's a clock on the stove.
Yeah, that's the kind of thing he would say.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
He's not that good with delivering jokes, but he'd find a way to make that work.
Rapid fires, and then every once in a while, something golden comes out.
Yeah, it's kind of just like rapid firing wildly offensive statements.
Yeah, like for me, that's the thing too. Like, okay, so what reminds me of this it's essentially politics. There's different forms of it, right? So just say like with basketball, there's a lot of players who are really, really good, but they'll never get the fame and fortune or like even the recognition from casual fans, which is much more than the purist fans, right? So just for example, Tim Duncan, he's regarded by most purists like as the best power forward ever to play the game, one of the top 10, top 15. But casual fans don't care about him. And it's because he's not flashy. It's because on off court, he doesn't really do interviews. He doesn't really do commercials. He doesn't really show his personality. And I want to know what you guys think. Like, I think that also has to be regarded into your career and your net worth and all that stuff. Like you guys said with Dana White, he loves the people who will try to promote the product, so he'll push them forward instead of waiting the whole 12 fights. If you can, like Ronda Rousey was like talking crazy like during her run, but that's what shot her up to stardom. I think that's also important. If you know that you're not willing to do that, then you have to be okay with your purse, or you have to be okay with the lack of opportunities or lack of recognition from the casual fans. How do you guys feel about that? Like, you guys are okay with, like, maybe if you guys were in the same situation, I know that I just want to focus on X, but it comes with all of this other stuff that I'm not willing to do. So I'm okay with getting lesser than the next guy who is willing to do those things. So like LeBron James, he wants to be on social media. He loves to create his own content. He loves to be at the forefront. That's why he's a billionaire now, because he didn't just focus on basketball. He did other things.
How much, like low end, bottom 10, 20%, how much do NBA players get paid a year?
The most recent one that I found out about, I don't know what it is now, but just say like a role player now, some guy who's like on the bench, or like maybe one of the first players off the bench in the rotation, maybe 5 to 10 million, like bottom line.
Holy fuck. Okay, yeah, so that's not how MMA works at all. Like, when you debut in MMA, specifically the UFC, lately a lot of people are talking, you get 12,000 to fight and 12,000 to win. And the expectation is that you're creating your brand on the UFC platform, and you have to start making enough noise to increase that. And you have to find your own sponsors. Yeah, you have to find your own sponsors. You have to find your own, hire your own manager. You win a fight, 12-12. You have to give X% to your gym, your coaches. You have to give X% to your manager. You have to give this and that.
Travel expenses.
It's not
always covered.
Yeah, I mean, travel expenses, you're only guaranteed, I think it's the fighter and like I think 1 or 2 coaches for flights, hotels.
This is actually
and travel
on the better end. Like UFC's on the better end compared to some other.
Yeah. And like I mean, it's you really gotta put your whole life into like fighting as often as possible, staying healthy, promoting yourself. Like a lot of fighters, they'll have once they make it to the UFC and start winning a fight or two, they'll be able to support themselves in their home country. Like it's a lot harder in the US, but because like that's kind of where they're based. But yeah, I mean it's
they make
it's a
enough
big
that
difference.
I see. Yeah. I'd be talking crazy shit then. Like I don't even care if I lose every fight. Like damn, 12,000. I'd be like, where's still that, man? Fuck that guy.
That's kind of like the low end. Like if you're, like 23 years old, you're a prospect. You've only had like 6 professional fights, and you just got like your first UFC fight. That's probably what you're making, because you don't really have a reputation yet. You don't have like much of a following. Yeah, you're not a former champion or something.
Yeah, that's like when you're starting it. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but like if you're like just recently, this guy Alex Pereira, he's like a multi-division kickboxing champion, and he has like a long-standing relationship with one of the dominant champions. Yeah. So as soon as he came over, obviously they're not going to start him with 12-12. I don't know what they started him at, but it was probably at least a couple $100,000 for his first fight.
And if I'm gonna get the shit kicked out of me, man, that sucks. But yeah, no, like that's what it is. You have to pay your dues, right? To your guys' point. Like here's the thing, too. Even with NBA players, just so okay, let's do Kobe's last 2 years was like 50 million, right? But he lives in. Sorry, go ahead.
Actually, got like about 5 more minutes before I gotta pick up the wifey.
Oh shit! Okay, don't mind me then. You guys.
Well, I just want to do a rapid fire prediction round for this weekend's card. It is UFC 303 Pereira versus Prochazka, the rematch. Was that Alex won the first one, so we'll see how this one goes. This Saturday, June 29. But let's do some rapid fire predictions. All right.
I'm gonna win.
We'll do it the main card.
Yeah,
that's all good. I'll try and break down the fighter for you. So we'll let Damon go.
Go and I'll just name it.
All right, we'll let Throbby go first.
Okay.
All right, Throbby. Ian Machado Gary versus Michael Page.
I'm gonna go with Page. I think he's gonna take it to a decision.
Nice.
Michael Page sounds badass. I'm going with Page.
Alright,
He
I
is.
shall too go with Page. You know me, I've been following that guy since before he hit Bellator.
Page? Okay, I'm going to the other guy.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna be a contrarian.
Alright, no problem. Alright, next one. Robbie, women's bantamweight, Mayra Bueno Silva versus Macy Chiasson.
Oh, that's who Amanda just beat for the belt.
Or
I'm gonna go with Chase On because it's hard to bounce back from reaching that height right away.
Yeah.
I don't know much about either of them, so I'm just kind of going off history.
Silva because of Anderson.
Alright, clear. So okay, nice. Alright. Yeah, I'll go with Chiasson too because I've also been following her for a while. So a little bit of bias here in the beginning. A little bit of bias.
Already, alright.
Alright, next one. Anthony Smith versus Roman Dolitz.
Oh man, I'm gonna go with Smith,
Smith. Okay.
just for old time's sake.
Can you go, brother?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go like the opposite.
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna go Smith as well, just because Dolitz. I don't know. He's top class, but I don't know. Sometimes he just doesn't deliver.
You will
Yeah, Smith is a pretty sturdy fighter.
love it.
So you're gonna go Dolitz, Square?
Yeah.
Dolitz, okay. All right, and then we got the co-main Ortega coming back to take on the hot prospect Diego Lopez.
I'm gonna go with Ortega. He's good.
Ortega. Yeah,
Yeah.
you think he's coming into his own? Coming into his own, man.
I'm hoping. You know, it'd be nice to see him get another crack at the top. Plus, you got to get some new blood in there, right? I saw rumors that Max and Topuria are scheduled, or soon.
Yeah, that one's closing in. That's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
So I will go with I'll go with Lopez. I love Ortega. I'm sorry, but this Lopez kid, man, he's seems like he's on another level right now. I don't know if he's on Brian Ortega's level, but he's on a streak right now. So I'm gonna support him.
Nice.
Damn it! All right, I'm gonna go with Ortega because there's a porn star called Gabby Ortega. She's hot.
Perfect.
As good a reason as any.
Related or not related? No. All right, and the main event, light heavyweights, Alex Poatan Pereira going off against Jiri Prochazka. We got
I don't know. I'm gonna go with Pereira.
Pereira.
Yeah,
He's just
I think he's just a very rigid man. It's hard to move him. He's set on the throne. He's not moving, man.
if Dan Henderson was from the Amazon.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit. All right, I'm also. Man, I want Jiri to win though. So there's a trilogy, you know. But Alex is so goddamn dangerous.
Yeah, and like you're.
Okay.
He just happened to walk into the division at a time where everyone is willing to bang, even though it's not a good idea.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh fuck. Yeah, mine says Pereira, so I'll go with Pereira. Heart says Jiri because I want a trilogy.
Throb, what was yours?
Pereira.
Here, let me give you a little breakdown. So we got a Amazonian warrior, Alex Pereira, versus the European samurai, Jiri
Oh,
Prochazka.
come on. European Samurai? Come on, man. Let's go. I'm going with that guy.
Yeah, okay, there you go, man. All right, cool. That brings this episode to a close. Sorry if I cut off the discussion.
No, sorry if I was
Get
taking
some-
up the whole episode.
Yeah, it's
Might
all
not-
good, man.
I
No,
took
it's okay, man. I know, it was very enjoyable. We got our predictions in for upcoming card. That's all I really want.
Yeah.
So, everything else is just a bonus. So yeah, it's always good to shoot the shit, man. Don't be sorry.
Definitely.
Appreciate it. Well, thanks for having me on, Throbby. Good to hear from you. Hope everything's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, dope, man. Join in anytime.
Yeah, for sure. We'll try and get it more
Yeah,
consistent. I've said that before, so just don't hold me to it, all right, viewers, listeners. All right, man.
Thanks for sure, man. Come on, man. It's all good.
All right, it's 10:30, June 24, 2024. This is Hespect MMA. Thanks for coming on, guys. Appreciate you, and we are out.
Peace.
Now, as we exit the cage conversation, we want to thank you for for being part of this podcast experience. Just like a well-executed submission, we hope our discussions have left a lasting impression. Until we grapple with more topics in the next episode, find your zen, stay laid back, and keep embracing the warrior spirit.